Third base has some of the best players in baseball. Players like Nolan Arenado and Manny Machado have headlined the position for much of the last decade, while players like Austin Riley and Josh Jung are surging towards the top of their respective class. What if I told you none of them were as good as Ke'Bryan Hayes? Now, I am probably the biggest blind supporter of Ke'Bryan Hayes on this platform, but this time there's proof. I promise. For much of Hayes' career, there have been two types of fans that have developed whenever it comes to Hayes. There are fans like me who live on Baseball Savant, reminiscing on his rookie year where we saw him hit 5 home runs in 24 games and with an OPS above 1100. Those same fans, including myself over the past few years, have watched Ke'Bryan Hayes turn into a ground ball machine, watching his stats across the board tank, setting career lows every season, and eventually it all came to a boiling point on May 30th earlier this season. This is where the other type of fan steps in. You see, the other type of fan have been seeing a regressing player who was awarded a long-term Atlanta Braves-esque type contract to keep him in town through 2030. And after quite frankly years of disappointing results and empty promises of improvement, it all culminated on that day in San Francisco. People came calling for Hayes' job, saying the contract was a mistake and they should be benched, traded, or even DFA'd. And to be fair, Hayes had been appalling up to that point in the year. Up to that point, he had a .216 batting average, .270 on base, with a .337 slugging percentage, giving him a .607 OPS with only 2 home runs and 17 RBIs. Even considering his elite defense, those sort of offensive numbers just won't cut it in the majors as an everyday starter, and especially for someone who's supposed to be turning around fortunes in Pittsburgh. Andy Haynes is not exactly the most respected man in Pittsburgh, but he did incorporate one change that fixed the young superstar. I'll play it through one time to see if you see it. Did you see it?
No.
To start, let's take a look at his stance. Here in late September, you can see Hayes is much more upright, especially here in his legs. And then once he takes his timing step, you can see a significant change in his leg kick. Now he takes much less of a high leg kick, allowing him to get that foot down and be on time. And since that, Hayes has been on fire. From May 31st through September 23rd, Hayes has a .319 average, .347 on base, .551 slugging, giving him an .898 OPS with 13 home runs and 45 RBIs across 68 games. And if you take a much more recent sample of the last 2 months, Hayes has returned from injury even better than before. Over that 45-game stretch, Hayes has 10 of those home runs and has a .919 OPS. Those sort of numbers are right up there atop the league. During that stretch, he was second in average, first in slugging, second in OPS, second in home runs, second in RBIs, most of which were second to Austin Riley. If there is one thing that Ke'Bryan Hayes has been known for during his young career, is his defense. Despite missing almost 2 months of the season, Hayes leads all third basemen in DRS and defensive WAR. And I think whenever you combine both offense and defense, Hayes has been the best third baseman in baseball for at least the last few months. For Hayes, I personally would love to see the continued progression of his career. And if he can continue to hit like this, then yes, I do believe he can be both the face of the young Pirates as well as the face of the position in the near future. If y'all enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and as always, have a wonderful day.